What is going on, everybody? It's me, Truck Driver Sean. Today, we are here with the Bad Trip by This Heavy Earth. This pedal right here, it's basically Shay's take on a rat, but more towards covering a lot more ground than just what your typical rat would do. Your typical rat really wasn't a very useful tool. It did its thing and it did nothing else. But yeah, Shay just doesn't do that very well. His stuff is always crazy versatile and does tons and tons of shit. And the artwork on this thing, I mean, come on, look at that. Tell me that is not some tasty ass shit, right? I even like it when he has this done. It's always nice to know what the pedal is, and some of his stuff doesn't have it on it, and it doesn't say nothing on it, and you're like, shit, what's this pedal called? Alright, so what we have here, like I said, is a rat, sorta, kinda. It does what rats do, but then does stuff like gives you more gain, okay? It gives you far more output than a rat pedal will. Like, this can literally take you from a really cool hard rock tone to literally like the doomiest, nastiest bullshit you can think of. It does it all. I'm going to try to show you in this video without it being an hour long. Guys, I really do try to have shorter videos, but it just it just doesn't work. So this also does something a rat doesn't do, and that gives you a lot more control over your low end. Some rat pedals will be like super like bright, and other ones are super mucky. This one will take you to both with zero effort. You have 6 controls on here, and on the inside you have a trim pot for your LED light. Like I always say, because Shay is a good guy, he knows that not everybody needs to see the ceiling at a venue, or, you know... Tiny. Enough. She doesn't understand why I talk to the camera. It confuses her. She is a bit of a dum-dum, but she is a good dog. But she a dum-dum. Like, it scares her that I talk to a camera. Yeah. Again, she is a dum-dum. Alright, so... no controls other than that on the inside. On the outside, you have your clipping right here. That takes you from like a soft clip to a hard clip, which basically makes it so you have like a really dynamic, and then it goes to really compressed. And you can do anything in between to keep yourself happy, right? Options. Why not have options? And then you have the gain, which, do we have to explain what a gain? Does anybody in the class not know what gain does on any pedal that does, like, gain? Distortion. Come on. Anybody? Show of hands for anybody that's that far behind the curve. Okay, if you are, it's how much gain goes into your signal. Alright. Just because not everybody can cut cheese and put it on a sandwich themselves. They still need their mommies to do it. Alright, then you have the cut. The cut's really what it sounds like. It's going to roll off your highs and kind of get things to go a little bit into like the darker area of things without like losing its integrity and sound, if that makes sense. Like your mushroom cloud's going to be the same. It's just going to be a little darker. Like instead of a bright rainstorm, you're definitely like going under that cloud where it almost turns to nighttime. That type of thing. Think of it that way, right? Then we have the tight, which, if anything, if you're listening to this and you love your mom, have that installed on your mom. Because I'm sick and tired of it being like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. But anyway, that attacks you in your pre-gain. It's like a low-pass filter. And it just limits how much of that thickness comes through, which kind of mimics everything tightening up, right? It's sort of like when you're making gravy for biscuits and gravy. It's super thick. It's almost like paste. You add a little bit of milk, loosens it up. Kind of the same thing, right? Except for instead of adding milk, you're adding more flour. Yeah. I'm on my first cup of coffee. It's Sunday. Eat shit. Then you have the level, which obviously, how much of this pedal is going into your signal, okay? How much are you defeating your signal? That's what's going on. And then you have your blend, which this is an awesome feature to have on this. In my opinion, this is kind of the rock star knob on the whole fucking thing. Because you have an amp, and this is a distortion pedal, but to really get, in my opinion, to get the most out of this, you use it as like, we'll call it a rat overdrive. That's where I think this thing shines, okay? You can put how much of the pedal you want and how much of your amp you want. So let's say your amp's kind of got a cool tone, and you're like, I just want it a little ratty. I don't want to go full doom, you know, like, I still like getting mouth hugs from 23-year-olds at the zoo, you know, but I'm kind of doomy. Yeah, you just keep it in your amp a little bit. If you're like, you know, fuck this earth, let's scorch everybody's butthole does have a brown ring around it. Even the fuckers that think they're bleaching. Yeah, you crank that bitch all the way up. Because it will go brown eye. It will. This thing will go brown eye. This will be the equivalent of having a sumo wrestler just walk up on your doorstep and take a big shit. It will get nasty. All right, enough of hearing me talk about this. At this time, you can still get this. It is not sold out yet. So, hey, there you go. Bad trip. And I will say this before we get started. I did tinker with this a little bit because I saw it was a rat pedal. And if you know me, I'm the guy that wears the Fuck Fuzz shirt. And Friends Don't Let Friends Doom is going to be my next t-shirt. Write that down, Park. Friends Don't Let Friends Doom. Doom needs to be in big letters. And a different color than Friends Don't Let Friends. Okay? Make that t-shirt for me, Park. I'm not a fan of such things. But I will say this, because I did try this just to make sure that I could do a decent job of going over it, because I love Shay's stuff like you wouldn't believe. Like, he's one of my favorite builders without question. I just love his take on stuff. He makes me like stuff that I don't normally like his fuzz pedal. I've played upwards of 60, 70 fuzzes at this point. And people go, what kind of fuzz pedal should I get? I was like, you need to talk to Shay and tell him he needs to build these things. He did a small run of them, and it's such a fantastic fuzz. This, I've never played a rat that I liked. I like this. This is fucking phenomenal. So you're going to sit through, and someone did correct me, it's 22 seconds, not 18 seconds, of my little intro. And then I'll have this all hooked up, and we're going to party, okay? We're going to party like it's, I don't know, a party, I guess. It's morning. I'm drinking coffee. I'm smashing the vape. And, you know, I'm a little cranky because last night, you know, your mom didn't put out. That's right. I didn't smash your mom last night. All right. See you in 22 seconds. Okay, that's just fun. So I have it kind of set to. This is the fun zone for me. It just sounds good. So we're gonna turn it off. Show you what the amp sounds like. Then we're gonna turn the bad trip off. As you can tell, huge difference. So what we're going to do is we're going to take everything and put it on noontime. And we're going to do the same thing. What's it sound like with and without the amp? So we're going to start off with just the amp and then we'll turn the pedal. Alright, as you can see, when it's dead center, because everything's in neutral, it really does not affect your amp. That's what's awesome. It's in neutral. So all this stuff can go down or it can go up. So the first thing we're going to play with is the clipping. I'm going to show you, I'm pretty sure it's the clipping. And see what she do. To the game! To the cut. To the tight. Remember that switch I wanted you to put on your mom? Yeah. Now for the level. One of the secret sauce things with this, because you can really get nutty with it. Let's go. Alright, as you can tell, we got a little bit of hiss because it's throwing power. But I'm leaving it like this just for a second. If you put it all the way to the amp side, it has the littlest amount of this pedal in it. You turn it all the way to the pedal side, you got a lot of the pedal in it, right? So now we're just going to show you the difference of going back and forth. All right, here we go. All right. So that's what all the knobs do. Now let's just have fun and just dial in a good tone from scratch. I'm not even going to look at what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep turning stuff until it starts to sound like where I want to be. All right, here we go. Oh, shit, I did have the mic on. Haha. Alright, that's a pretty good tone right there. Now we're just gonna really make this thing sound like shit. We're gonna try to go for the doomage. Alright, here we go. All right. Well, if you're gonna run, nose itch. If you're gonna run it that crazy, you're definitely gonna need a noise gate. All right. Because that pedal just throws big dick energy right at this fucking amp. All right. So we're gonna do it with just the amp, and then we'll do the same riff with the pedal, and then yeah, we'll talk our way out. Here we go. All right, so that is The Bad Trip by This Heavy Earth. And it's a lot of fun. And if you think of it as a Rat pedal and you're not a Rat pedal fan, you're probably going to be left with like this whole should I do it thing, right? My answer to that is, of course you should do it. Because as much as we're saying it's a Rat, in my opinion, man, this... Don't ever buy a rock sock stool for your anything. They're the noisiest fucking things ever. Fucking things. But this thing here, it's a lot of fun. It just is. And it's super musical. You can really get crazy. I can't really call it a Rat pedal. At the end of the day, I just can't call it a Rat pedal. Because I hate a Rat pedal. I've tried pretty much every variation on Earth, and they're shit. They unless you're looking for a very specific sound. And for that, kudos to the guys that use them. I'm happy for you. I'm glad it works for you. For me, Rat pedals don't exist in my life, but I like this. This is like musical, and you can tinker around. Like I was in drop A with a 7-string. By the way, my gear today was my signature Deviant. Well, I guess it's not a signature. I decided I'm not going to do a 7-string, but I have one. I have like D1. It's just my linchpin in the 7-string form by Deviant Guitars. That was going into the Bad Trip, which is going into the Redbeard Amplification Roadkill, which is going into my Arachnid Cabs 2x12, which is spiked up with a Sennheiser E906, going right into this camera right here. That is a Zoom Q8N 4K. Yeah. But yeah, that fucking pedal slams, man. It just does. It slams. It slams the hams. It slams your mom so hard from behind that she's got bruises on both cheeks. Shit, and it's a dirty bastard. She may have bruises on all 4 cheeks. You never know. I mean, it is a fucking angry little motherfucker. But I like it. Yeah. Shay should be proud of that one. For a pedal, I looked at it when it said it was Rat. I was like, I know I don't like Rats. But I also don't like fuzzes. And I got the fuzz. I was rolling in good with hard money. So I was like, I'll just get the damn fuzz just to help support him. And literally, I can't believe he doesn't make that on the regulars. It's such a good pedal. He's got a lot of pedals like that. Like things I didn't think I'd like. I try it and I'm like, oh, this is nice and nice. So, yeah, when it comes to this Heavy Earth, if you see something you're like, oh, I'm not really a big fan of HM2, or I'm not a big fan of this, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't care about the VHT clones and shit. Trust me. Try his stuff, because what you think it is like was the baseline to start working on it, and it's no longer that anymore. Okay, like his pedals that are based on the VHT 140, whatever the fuck it is. Nothing. I played the real amp. His pedals are by far superior. So yeah. Take it for what it's worth. Shay stuff's worth checking out. Not that he wants to hear this. Shay, plug your ears. Okay? Plug your ears. You got them plugged? Alright. if you do try it and you don't like it, on the used market, you can get almost what you put into it. You'll lose a few dollars to try something, but from my experience, whatever you try, you're going to pretty much like. Because I have stuff that I never thought I'd ever like in my life from him, and they're fucking phenomenal. Okay? So yeah, don't discard it because you say, oh, it's a rat style pedal, or oh, it's a fuzz, or oh, it's like an angry HM2 with controls I've never heard of before being on an HM2. Try his stuff. It really is. Not only that, the dude does these himself. Actually, he's actually going to hire some help. Yeah. So it means his orders will be getting filled a little bit quicker. Because he has a real job. This company is not supporting itself. So if you want to support a small builder, if that's where you want to start out, which trust me, one thing I know, if you watch my channel, I like the small builders. I like the underdogs. I just think they're making better stuff. They're making higher quality stuff. They're taking the old tired circuits that everybody else is slapping a different name on. But they're just doing unique things to them and giving them like their own twist. And it's just way funner. Like, seriously. I know it's so easy to like, oh, Guitar Center carries it, so it's going to be awesome. No. Guitar Center carries it because those are companies that can sell them to shit pennies on the dollar. Because it's made in a Chinese sweatshop or an Indonesian sweatshop. Most of the stuff you see me used, I actually know the person's name that built it. You know, that's a fucking pretty cool thing. And if you start getting into that realm of things, you'll also realize the gear you're getting is a lot better. A little more expensive in most cases, but you're supporting a small business, you're getting a superior product, in my opinion. Of course, that's just my opinion, and my opinion's like everybody else's. You know, we all got assholes, you know, and they all smell like asshole. Doesn't matter. You can take a bath with the strongest soap on the planet. Someone scratch and sniffs your asshole afterwards, it's still going to smell like an asshole. It's maybe not a dirty one, but it's still going to smell like an asshole. Doesn't matter how long you spend with a bottle brush fucking smashing your ass to fucking get it clean, it's still going to smell like an asshole. Alright? That's opinions. Yeah. But really, check out this Heavy Earth. If you like any kind of aggressive or extremely pedal dominant, that's what I'm going to call it, pedal dominant. Because it will take any amp, whether it's a shit amp or a good amp, and still make it sound better. You can have the best sounding amp on the planet, and you hook one of his things up to your best sounding amp on the planet, it's going to sound better. It just is. I've never hooked up anything from this Heavy Earth and had my amp sound worse. Ever. And I've got a fuck ton of his pedals. I got 17 pedals of his, I think. If they were all here, I got them lent out to buddies and stuff all over the damn place. But yeah, it's his stuff is awesome. It just is. And I wouldn't have as many of them and use them as much as I do if they weren't good. I mean, I have options at this point. Like, I can play pretty much anything I want to it. Not to sound like a cocky asshole or anything, but the stuff I play is because I want to. No one's paying me to play anything. If I'm using it, it's because I want to. If I'm endorsed by somebody, it's because I was already using their product. I was already a customer. And that's how it should work. No one should be able to go, hey, we'll give you a sweeter deal and give you points on this if you come be an artist at our company. Do you really love the gear, or are you doing it for benefit? You know, that's one thing I can say. I'm endorsed by 4 companies now. I don't take a penny from any of them. If they put my name on something, they do. Hell, this company's I'm not even endorsed by to put my names on something. I don't care. I want to see these companies do good. These small companies are where it's at, man. I can't stress that enough. Get your ass out there. Try small companies. Like this Heavy Earth. Trust me. If there's a 2-week wait, if there's a month wait, it's worth it. Because you're going to get a pedal that's going to be better than something you literally can buy at your local store, Guitar Center, Sweetwater, Z-Sounds. Because they're all selling the same shit. That should tell you something right off the bat. They're all selling the same shit. Are they out looking for, like, what's really good gear if they're all selling the same shit? No. Because a salesman's coming up and pitching them this profit margin that they can make off it if they order so many units. And then they put it on there and it's being force-fed to you. Yeah. That's a real thing. Just so you know. That's business, right? But these small builders, they're doing it because they fucking love it. And they're interested to see where they can push things. And they're trying things because they're making small batches. If it flops, it's just a small batch. And they can usually sell a small batch of something. And then everybody's like, ugh. But there's always that one person that's like, oh, you might not like it. But fuck, for me, that kicks ass. Sort of like the fuzz. I think I'm the only one that made a big deal out of that thing. And trust me, if you can find one used, if you see a This Heavy Earth, the fuzz, buy it. Even if you hate fuzz, that pedal is so goddamn good. I can't stress enough how much I think he should be building that on the regular, because it's just so freaking good. It just is. All right, so I've doted here long enough over Shay. Probably to the point where he's like, ugh, shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah, I imagine a lot of the builders say that because my videos are long and obnoxious, but I want to show people what they do. I want to turn the knobs. I want to get tones that I don't chase, but maybe you do, right? So yeah, again, check it out. It's called The Bad Trip. And as of the recording of this video, which is Sunday the 2nd, right? I think. I don't know. It's coffee time. I don't know what fucking date is. Hey, I was right. It's the 2nd. I got a message from Nuno Betancourt. That's pretty cool. Like, for real. Probably picking on me again for playing his riffs wrong. Yeah, that's a thing. He's a funny guy. But, yeah. Check him out, man. And, I'm doing that a lot lately. I just don't like saying goodbye. I love you fucking tads. I do. And I told your mom I'd be nice to you. That's why your mom's like spending time going... You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a thing. So hey, keep music evil. Bring metal to the children. Check out This Heavy Earth. And hey, as always, don't be a dick. Subscribe to my shit, asshole. Alright? Later.